1540 AM, Power 104.5 FM. The national voice of the Bahamas, where only the sun covers. The Bahamas Badger, 6:53 is the time. And ZNS Radio is 86 years old. Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Happy anniversary, ZNS Radio. Taking you back with one of these.
This is the ZNS Network, providing radio and high-definition television services for the entire Bahamas. ZNS Network is operated by the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas. It is located at Harcourt Rusty Bethel Drive, Centerville, Nassau. Our programming is designed to inform, educate, and entertain. We invite you to join us.
The following is a preamble of the Constitution of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
Whereas 481 years ago, the rediscovery of this family of islands, rocks and keys, heralded the rebirth of the New World. And whereas the people of this family of islands, recognizing that the preservation of their freedom will be guaranteed by a national commitment to self-discipline, industry, loyalty, unity, and an abiding respect for Christian values and the rule of law. Now, know we therefore, we the inheritors of and successors to this family of islands, recognizing the supremacy of God and believing in the fundamental rights and freedoms of the individual, do hereby proclaim in solemn praise the establishment of a free and democratic sovereign nation, founded on spiritual values, and in which no man, woman, or child shall ever be slave or bondsman to anyone, or their labor exploited, or their lives frustrated by deprivation, and do hereby provide by these articles for the indivisible unity and creation under God of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
It's Thursday, May 26, 2022, and the morning edition is live. On today's show, the 2022-2023 budget presented in the House of Assembly. Atop Bahamian student gives his valedictorian speech for a second time. CMOS creating a buzz for women with hair thinning. And find out what it takes to run a marathon. So let's start the morning off right.
The Morning Edition is brought to you by We Buy, You Sell Company, your leading hurricane impact windows, doors, and tile specialist.
Leaders don't create followers, they create more leaders. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Morning Edition. I'm LaDawn Davis.
Good morning, LaDawn. I don't know if you haven't noticed, but in here it's not as hot as it was yesterday. I think the heat
cool. Is it cool?
it's not as hot as it was yesterday.
Right.
The heat has cooled down, and yesterday, yes, my Boston Celtics now up 3 games to 2 on the Miami Heat. Today it's going to be a very cool day, but as usual, thanks for watching, everybody. We have a great show in store for you. We have 86th anniversary of Radio Bahamas also happening today, so it's a big day here at the BCB. But here on our show this morning, we have some athletes in from the Brooklyn Half Marathon, and they got a chance to be featured on a popular American show. We're going to be hearing all about that. It's also International Hamburger Day, and our Crystal Darling is somewhere this morning where they'll be making a good-sized hamburger. And for you folks that like to call it, we're going to have a trivia for you right now this morning. Let's put the question up on the screen, and you could win this Showman gift certificate worth $25. Sonia Thomas holds the world record for eating a 9-pound burger. How long did it take for her to eat it? Dial 302-3855. Sonia Thomas holds the world record for eating a 9-pound burger. How long did it take for her to eat it? 302-3855. 5-pound burger. How long did it take? 502-3855. The number is 502-3855. That's the number, 502-3855. And you can win this gift certificate valued at $25 from Shomani Bistro. How long would it take for you to eat a 5-pound burger?
I can say 5 hours.
5 hours to eat a 5-pound burger? Wow.
5 hours.
I wonder if our guests, Teresa and Mr. Longley, have ever had a burger in the last couple of
Not
weeks.
9 pounds.
Not 9 pounds?
9 pounds.
9 pounds? So I think I'll eat a 5-pound burger in about 5 minutes. But let's take it out to the streets where Crystal Darling is standing by with your Thursday morning traffic. Good morning, Chrissy.
Let's go outside then.
Fine.
Good morning.
Weather-wise, let's take a look now what's happening. Weather-wise, we are waking up to 75 degrees partly sunny, winds north at 2 miles per hour. Humidity 83%. Now, deep ridging will continue to dominate weather conditions across the country today. For all areas, weather partly mostly sunny and very warm and breezy, with a chance of a few passing showers today. Mostly fair, warm, and a bit breezy tonight. Your daytime high temperature 88 degrees Fahrenheit, overnight low of 77. Friday and Saturday not looking pretty good. And if you want to go outside and do some activities, Friday, sun and some clouds, 86 in the day, then we'll cool out to 70s at night. And then on Saturday, a thunderstorm expected in the morning, and then 85 in the day, 75 at night.
What do you want from a cloud solution? You want flexibility and edge? You want to modernize applications with the ability to deliver new ones with lightning speed. You want an infrastructure that's automated, secure, cost-effective, and scalable. You want to give the end user the freedom they want with the control you need. You can't get all that from just any cloud. You need something better. You need Bahamas Cloud. Contact the experts today at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
We must make sure that your mission is intact. Yes, Mom! Agent 1, what is a touch? Physical contact, Mom. Agent 2, what is a good touch? Touches that make you feel alright, Mom. Such as a high five, a handshake, even a kiss, Mom. Good. Now, Agent 3, what is a bad touch? Touches that make you feel not so good, Mom. Like a slap, a kick, a pinch. And most important, if someone touches your private part. And what do we do when someone gives us a bad touch? You tell a trusted adult, Mom, for help, Mom. Tell them, don't do that, Mom. Agent, I see that you understand. Now it's your mission to spread this information. Just remember that good touches are okay, and bad touches are not okay. So, Agent, go spread the word. Yes, Mom.
Hello, I'm Mario Nuri, returning to you with another informative program of A Familiar Walk, Steps Toward Hurricane Preparedness 2022. Join us with Madam President Therese Curry, President of the Bahamas Red Cross, Captain Stephen Russell, Director of NEMA, Mr. Charles Johnson of J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, and meteorologist Wayne Neely. We welcome you to be a part of our journey as we remind you that precautionary measures taken now could save life and property in the future. Join us.
Good morning, LaDonna and Fisher, and good morning, Bahamas. We're here on Mackey Street, where traffic is starting to build up this morning. Now, I'm here with Officer Patrick Kemp. Good morning, Officer Kemp.
Good morning, Crystal. Good morning, Bahamas.
And as you can see, it is quite rainy out here this morning. There's a little spry, so if you're coming out, be very careful when you're, out on the street. So, we're going to talk a little bit about accidents. We know that over the past weekend, we had a lot of accidents. A little bit more than usual, and some fatalities as well. Could you talk to us about some of the distractions that you find when you do your patrolling?
Well, first of all, let me just say for the persons traveling in this area, to please drive with due care and attention. The road is wet, and you don't want to be tailing behind a vehicle, and if they have to stop suddenly for whatever reason, you cannot avoid the vehicle because the road is wet. You're too close under the vehicle. And I want to say to the drivers that please minimize all distractions in your vehicles, any and all of them. Whether it's dealing with the children, which they should be properly seated in a child protective seat. I talk about this sometimes, fixing your hair, doing your eyelashes, making a cup of tea, texting and driving. All of these things you should not be doing while driving. It can take the focus off the street.
Okay, and Officer Kemp, we know that there are also some internal issues that people may be going through. These are some hard economic times as well. There are some internal conflicts that people may be struggling with. What's your advice for that?
I'd say this. The scripture says, Crystal, that we should cast all our cares on him because he cares for us. Who? Just the good Lord Almighty. And a lot of persons are on the street and they have a lot of issues that's going on at home. Family issues, relationship, kids, health issues. And when they come on the streets, they may not necessarily be focused, get in an accident because their mind is elsewhere. I want to say to you drivers today, please, to be encouraged. And if you need to, pull on the side of the street, call that person, get some good advice from that loved one. But try to remain focused on the street so that you can avoid getting in any accident, bringing injuries to yourself or somebody else.
Thank you so much. That's excellent advice this morning. Now let's get out of this rain. Back to you in the studio, Fisher and LaDawn.
The Davis administration setting out its priorities and choices in a national budget presented in the House of Assembly Wednesday morning. According to Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis, it lends to a significant rebound in the local economy.
Total revenue is projected at $2,804.4 million, at a 19.9% increase over the prior fiscal year, when the economy was in the early stages of an economic rebound from the COVID-19 pandemic. It incorporates many of our revenue-enhancing strategies and outcomes, such as increasing real property tax collections and compliance, and improved VAT performance based on the economic rebound, and growth in other fees as a result of improved revenue administration. In the budget for fiscal year 2022-23, VAT collections are estimated at $1,411.8 million, a 52.4% increase over the prior year budget.
The opposition highly critical of the 2022-2023 budget communication, calling the 38-page presentation one that typically accompanies a lack of ideas, innovation, and revolution. Opposition leader Michael Pintard says they're left with more questions than answers.
To what extent has the government given serious consideration to how it will be able to sustain and pay for some of the things that it has mentioned in this budget?
West Grand Bahama and Bimini MP Obi Wilchcombe lauding the recent announcement of Electra America purchasing the Grand Lucayan Resort and the groundbreaking for the Carnival Cruise Port. He says this will be the magic bullet Grand Bahama needs.
It's going to mean new opportunities. So it's a change that we waited a long time for. Similarly in the West, there are new developments coming in the West that we are aware of, and it's going to be the same thing. So if you can get Grand Bahama from East End to West End, and you have the Lucayan area becoming more vibrant, then of course the only thing that's missing will be airlift. And the minister responsible has already announced that there's going to be airlift and new airlift coming from as far away as North Carolina.
A fatal end to a convict's release as only hours after becoming a free man, sex offender Alden Scott is dead. The 55-year-old served a 2-year sentence after admitting to caressing a 9-year-old's thigh at her house. This after previously serving 9 years for raping a 17-year-old girl.
After being found in the Yellow Elder Gardens on a dirt road, suffering from injuries to his body, he was taken to the hospital via EMS and was treated by doctors there. However, he succumbed to his injuries. At this moment, we're going to wait for an autopsy's report to determine the exact cause of death. And so, as it stands, this death is unclassified.
The ever-growing Bahamas-China bilateral relations not a huge area of concern for the United States, while the United States has placed a microscope on China's influence in the Caribbean in the past. Secretary of State for the Western Hemisphere Affairs, Brian Nichols, insists they're not asking countries to pick sides.
What we hope for is for the countries in our region to be cognizant of what's on offer, to understand the benefits and drawbacks of the trading partners with which it engages. The PRC is an important commercial partner for many countries in our hemisphere, including the United States. But we also have to have our eyes open about, in particular, when they're offering up perhaps discount products or technologies that do not safeguard people's personal data.
Andros is the #1 bone fishing destination on our planet. Sports fishermen visit our flats every year to participate in one of the most fulfilling outdoor activities known to man, fly fishing. And guess what? is 100% sustainable. Without areas like the west side of Andros, sustaining this industry would be absolutely impossible. So let's take care of nature, and nature will take care of us.
Prime Minister, the Honorable Philip Davis, outlining his plan for sports moving forward in the 2022-23 budget. A commitment was made to the athletes as well as the disciplines they compete in.
Our athletes have contributed so much to the Bahamas. Their successes inspire our student athletes at home and promote our country on the international stage. Recognizing this, we have restored the funding to the Elite Athletes Program. We have also included $1 million to facilitate the hosting of CRIFTA next year, which is also the funding and for funding our bid again to host the World Relay Games. And we have funding to support the return of the Bahamas Games.
We're talking more sports here this morning. We're joined by Teresa Burrows, Assistant Secretary of Roadmasters, and Anthony Longley. He's the Public Relations. They've recently returned from the Brooklyn Half Marathon. Great job, guys, in representing the Bahamas. How was it?
Lovely. The race itself was excellent course. We had a fantastic weather, even though they predicted high humidity. But for us in the Bahamas, coming from the Bahamas, the weather was good. We had a few people that had some challenges, but all in all, I thoroughly enjoyed myself, and it was excellent.
I heard you got a PR.
I sure did. My personal best, 2 hours and 2 minutes. I did one, Marcel Major. He also did a personal best of 1 hour and 42 minutes. But everybody in the club did an excellent job. We all ran well, finished strong, and it was a great experience.
What about you, Longley? How was it for you?
It was a wonderful race for me. I came in at 2 hours and 17 minutes, not a personal best. My personal best is 1:54. Given the high humidity and the hilly terrain, I'm pretty good with that.
How many Bahamians went down?
From our group, we had about 15. I think there were about 2 or 3 other Bahamians who we're aware were there, but we don't know them. So we had about 15 from our group.
And I guess the highlight of you guys' show was getting to appear on To Today Show. How did that come about?
Oh, well, that was in our plan to begin with. And it all came together nicely because it turns out that Al Roka also ran the half marathon. So when he saw us there with our shirts and our medals, he got very excited. He went back into the studio, got his medal, and came back out to celebrate with us. So that was fantastic. There were 18,000 runners in this event.
And look, they were excited to just get the colors of the Bahamian flag.
Oh.
Yes, for sure. They were just excited. All the headliners that came out and spoke with us, they were excited to see the Bahamas being so showcased, and they were very receptive of us, and we were so happy that we were there, and they took pictures, and it was just an awesome experience.
Now the Midnight Madness is coming up.
Midnight Madness Fun Run Walk is coming up. It's a 10K run and a 5K walk. We start at Awaki, just in the vicinity of the monument there, right near the beach. And we'll go west. The 10K will turn around at about Bahama Boulevard. The 5K the walk will turn around at about Go Slow Bend. And we're looking for a big crowd to come out. We have online registration at active.com. That's ACTIVE.com. We have in-person registration at the Starbucks on Saturday. That's at the Southwest Plaza.
10.
And also at the nursery, Four Seasons Nursery in Chippingham.
And the pull off this event must be very, what can I say, expensive.
Our sponsors, very important. If I may just quickly mention them, there are just a few of them. We have Global Insurance Agency, J.S. Johnson Insurance, Bahamas Fire and Welding, Hannah's Enterprise, Bahamian Brewery, home of Sans Bear, Sun Tea, and Briand Services.
Now, I see your nice medals and this nice shirt, and you have a presentation to make this morning?
Oh, yeah, definitely. We're very pleased, Charles, to present to you
Does this mean I have to compete in the next book?
That means you have to come out and join us for the Midnight Madness Fun Run Walk, which will be on the morning of Labor Day Friday, begin at 12:01 a.m. And for the Bahamas Half coming up in November. So that's your own...
Thank you so much.
Brooklyn Half Marathon T-shirt.
Thank you so much, and good luck in the Midnight Madness, and congratulations on representing the Bahamas in Brooklyn in the Half Marathon. And
thank you so much.
Carrying the colors so well.
Thank you for
Thank you for inviting us.
As an artist, I travel all over the world, and I find inspiration all around me. In the people, and especially the environment. I love the Bahamas with all its natural beauty. From Abaco in the north to Inagua in the south, and all the wonderful and colorful islands in between. But we must all do our part to keep the Bahamas healthy and clean, now and for the future generations. That's why I want you to find a little time to do your part. I'm doing my part because I care. Do you?
COVID is clearly unpredictable. It doesn't matter how young you are, how old you are. I'm young, and it still put a beating on me. I had no other option but to go to the hospital. I remember the doctor telling me if I had waited one more day, I wasn't gonna come inside here alive. At my lowest point, not being there for my kids was... You don't want to be in the same position that I was in. Vaccines may not stop you from getting COVID, but it can stop you from getting COVID the way I had COVID. You don't want that way.
Time in the presence of the Lord. This is a daily thing that I do. We get it on, and then by the time I get here at the Big Z, I am hot and fired up and ready to go. So any given day, we have praise. From praise, we go into worship. As a matter of fact, we engage in prayer with our listening audience as well. We have interactive storytelling. There's so much going on here in Inspiration. I am just so glad to be a part of it. I believe that we are the lifeline to so many people. I love it. Yeah, and I look forward to doing it so many more years.
Make sure that your mission is in. Yes, Mom! Agent 1, what is a touch? Physical contact, Mom. Agent 2, what is a good touch? Touches that make you feel alright, Mom. Such as a high five, a handshake, even a kiss, Mom. Good. Now, Agent 3, what is a bad touch? Touches that make you feel not so good, Mom. Like a slap, a kick, a pinch, and most important, if someone touches your private part. And what do we do when someone gives us a bad touch? You tell a trusted adult, Mom, for help, Mom. Tell them, don't do that, Mom. Agent, I see that you understand. Now it's your mission to spread this information. Just remember that good touches are okay, and bad touches are not okay. So, Agent, go spread the word. Yes, Mom.
As the saying goes, it was so nice, we had to do it twice. And this bodes true for Princeton University, as a week ago, faculty, students, and parents participated in a redo of the class of 2020's graduation exercise. It was also a proud moment for valedictorian Nicholas Johnson and his parents, who were beaming with pride as he gave his speech for a second time.
I want to start off by thanking all the friends and families who made the trip and made the time to be here today. It is so special for us graduates to share this moment with you. with the people who supported us, who believed in us, and who continue to be such a big part of our lives.
On May 18th, among 1,000 plus graduates and 100 faculty members, valedictorian Nicholas Johnson made a second speech since the first given virtually in 2020. Johnson, a Bahamian with roots buried deep in Cat Island, was thrilled to receive this honor from one of the top universities in the United States.
The honor of being Princeton's first Black valedictorian is very dear to me. And I wish to open doors for others in the same way that doors have been so graciously opened for me by Black leaders and other mentors throughout my life.
He's not here. Give us another few seconds. That's everything? Good morning and welcome back. We are here at Showman E-Bistro, and this morning I'm here with the hamburger chef. Could you introduce yourself for us, please?
My name is Chef Devante Grant. I rather be called Chef Tay, and welcome here at Showman E-Bistro.
Okay, thank you so much. So tell us about what you're doing here today. Tell us about your burger.
Well, this is the house burger, known here as one of the most popular burgers at Showman E-Bistro, mainly because of the addictive qualities of some of the ingredients. We have our in-house made smoked cheese sauce. We have our bacon jam, as well as fresh, cut, seasoned ingredients.
Okay, so what goes into making a good hamburger? We know that National Hamburger Day is coming up on Saturday, and Showman E-Bistro has quite a bit of burgers on the menu. What makes a burger worth it? What makes it a good burger, not just something that you could just buy for $2 from anywhere?
Well, what makes a good burger, in my experience, would have to be just pure love, putting love into every ingredient and every aspect of the burger, and making sure that the ingredients just marry together, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you could start assembling this burger and tell us about what went into this patty.
Well, in the patty, of course, it's 100% lean beef, a little of fat, so there's a little juiciness going on, but it's a secret blend that we use here at Showman E-Bistro to season our patties, and I wish I could tell you more, but no.
Okay. All right. Okay, so tell us about this burger right here. What is in that?
This is the house burger. Again, one of the most popular sandwiches here at Showman E-Bistro. There's the bacon jam, quite honestly, the thing that tastes good on everything. Mm-hmm. Like, if you have a bowl of cereal, put some bacon jam in it. Our patties that we make in-house are in-house made smoked cheese, crispy fried onions, seasoned tomatoes, and crisp lettuce, all on a brioche bun.
Okay, awesome. So let's put this one here together. Let's move this out the way for a second and assemble this one for us.
Not a problem.
Okay, so it's National Hamburger Day. So hamburger, some fun facts. You can put the burger while I talk about it. Some fun facts about burgers. It actually was originated in Hamburg, Germany, which is why it has the name hamburger. And in Wisconsin, in the United States, they kind of developed the burger the modern version of the burger that we know today. And in the United States, over 50 million burgers are consumed every year. That's a lot of burgers. And they have dozens of restaurants, popular restaurants, that sell burgers on a regular basis. So, you know what, talk to us about burgers. What substitute could you use for a burger? Because we know that Showman E-Bistro is known for its vegan options as well. Tell us about what can be put into a nice, I guess, vegan or vegetarian burger that would also mimic the taste, I guess, of a real burger.
Well, for my vegetarian people out there, a good substitute would be portobello mushroom. It has the meaty qualities of beef, which would kind of satisfy the craving of meat. Portobello mushrooms, as well as, I would say, in my opinion, there's a recipe where you could ground carrots, mushrooms, onions, and flax seeds, where it would stick and actually give the appeal of a patty.
Okay, well, thank you so much for that this morning. Remember that Chamonix Bistro, they have burgers this Saturday on National Hamburger Day. Back to you in the studio, Fisher and LaDon.
Looking good, but not feeling a hamburger this morning.
Yeah, definitely not a breakfast.
So let's look at Sonia Thomas holds the world record for eating a 5-pound burger, and we want to know how long did it take. We had some calls coming, but we didn't get the answer. The answer is 27 minutes, and the Chamonix Bistro $25 gift certificate. We'll be giving it out another time. We'd like to apologize for some technical difficulties we were having here this morning as well. But don't forget today, 86th anniversary of Radio Bahamas. Make sure to stay tuned to that. And also at 4:30 this afternoon, UB graduation coming to you live from the Atlantis Resort. And also be sure to stay tuned into the ZNS News Network for news as it happened, TV and radio updates throughout the day. And then you can tune into the Northern Edition at 6:30 on the Bahamas tonight at 7 o'clock. And that's a wrap. Like I say, it's cool in here. I'm going to celebrate today with my Boston Celtics. Have a good day, everybody.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Hello and welcome to your Government in Action. I'm Joy Burns-Roger. Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, the Honorable Philip Davis, recently addressed a special ceremony for the signing of a Memorandum of Understanding for a project intended to address housing needs for Bahamians. During his speech, he highlighted his government's commitment to strengthening and deepening its unmatched legacy for providing access to decent, affordable housings to Bahamians. Executives of the government and public-private partners participated in a ceremonial signing of a Memorandum of Understanding May 16, 2022 at the Office of the Prime Minister. The project will allow Bahamian families the ability to open the doors to 200 new homes. While addressing the event, Prime Minister Davis said that his government is acutely aware of the current housing shortage in the Bahamas and the backlog of housing applications at the Mortgage Corporation of the Bahamas.
Our Mortgage Corporation Executive Chair, Ms. Barbara Cartwright, is committed to expediting those applications and assigning without delay suitably qualified housing applicants. I believe the number of applications at the BMC is in just the last 8 months is in excess of 3,500. This housing demand suggests that we move with urgency and dispatch.
Senior government officials, along with stakeholders, unveiled the Renaissance at Carmichael, a housing subdivision of 70 acres of Crown land off of Carmichael Road in Western New Providence. The subdivision is being funded by a PPP arrangement between the government, a $20 million backing from Proven Wealth Limited through Simplified Lending, the Mortgage Corporation of the Bahamas, and financiers. Prime Minister Davis assured that as the economy fully opens and grows, the government expects to expand PPPs in other areas of the national economy, including public infrastructure providing investments, ownership, and job opportunities for Bahamians.
It is no secret that we have endorsed public-private sector partnerships, or PPPs, as alternate and viable financing mechanisms in national development. Partnerships with Resorts World Bimini and Bahama for infrastructure development stand as successful examples. In another public-private partnership arrangement, we broke ground in late January of this year on the 43-lot housing subdivision called Pinecrest in southern New Providence. These houses are in the range of $160,000 to $185,000, depending on the amenities. And at least 10 of these houses are scheduled for occupancy in September. Today, we signed a memorandum of understanding with the proven project financiers for a mixed residential development in western New Providence, called and dubbed the Renaissance at Carmichael. This public-led project, under the superintendence of the Minister of Transport and Housing, is a 365 commercial and residential lot development on 70 acres of Crown lands. The first of two phases called for the construction and availability of 200 affordable homes. Renaissance is located off Carmichael Road, better known as City 2000, in western New Providence. A partnership between the government and proven project financiers with the Mortgage Corporation of the Bahamas, providing the mortgage financing for the finished product. Regarding the project funding mechanism, the Renaissance will be funded by $20 million public-private partnership arrangements through Simplified Lending, a Bahamian firm which brokered the financing with Proven Wealth Management, one of the Proven group of companies, a regional financial provider headquartered in Jamaica with business interests, as you would have heard, in the Bahamas. I'm advised that these homes will be priced as low as $130,000, depending on the sizes and amenities. The details of the Renaissance at Carmichael project was articulated by Minister Colby Davis, and you've seen some of it on the video presentation. Additional details can be provided by our consultant at the Ministry of Transport and Housing and the developer. I want to thank the developer of the subdivision. I'd like to thank Joanne Evans and his team for the confidence they have reposed in the economy of the Bahamas and in the policies of my government. This development represents more opportunities for the local construction industry, including contractors, skilled laborers, architects, and related engineers. Like the Pinecrest housing development, Renaissance creates yet another partnership opportunity for the Bahamas Technical Vocational Institute, BTVI, for job placement and to strengthen its curriculum in the areas of construction and engineering, inspection and management, as well as plumbing, tile laying, carpentry, and electrical installation. This is a win-win proposition for all of our partners and stakeholders. Please be assured that as our economy fully opens and grows, my government expects to expand these PPPs arrangements in other areas of the national economy, namely in public infrastructure and superstructures, providing expanded investment, ownership, and job opportunities for Bahamians.
Also present to address the signing ceremony was the Minister of Transport and Housing, the Honorable JoBeth Colby Davis, who says the initiative will set a new standard in affordable housing by which other housing developments will be measured. Todd Isaacs will continue this story.
Minister Colby Davis described the day's signing as an historic milestone which can be attributed to the commitment of the government to bring to fruition a concept from an idea to reality.
With this project, we intend to create an estate where a sense of community thrives. There will be well-lit streets, sidewalks, and a park where children can play safely and family gatherings can take place. Neighbors will be able to come together and interact as our families were able to do many years ago. We are cognizant of the need to invest in infrastructure which supports and fosters efficiency and normalcy in the lives of everyday Bahamians, while at the same time safeguarding and protecting our people. We hope that the Renaissance development will do just that. The name Renaissance conveys the notion of a full, well-rounded life, one which is rich in meaning and spirit. We trust that this housing development will be a true representation of that notion. And we are delighted that our private sector financiers could be here in person with us today. We are so very pleased that Proven Wealth Management have committed to provide financial backing in the amount of $20 million. In Phase 1, the Renaissance will consist of 200 homes, 104 single-family, 2- and 3-bedroom residences, and 8 two-story condominium buildings with 12 units each.
Minister Colby Davis thanked Simplified Lending, a Bahamian company which secured funding through a lending regional finance company called Proven. The housing minister said many who only dreamed of home ownership will be able to walk through the front door to their new lives in less than 1 year. I'm Todd Isaacs for Your Government in Action.
More from Your Government in Action when we return.
We survived, now we thrive, succeeding against the odds. On Thursday, May 26th, the University of the Bahamas will host its spring commencement ceremony at the Atlantis Paradise Island Resort. And it'll all take place live on the ZNS Network beginning at 4:30 p.m. Be sure to join us.
Welcome back. The Minister of Agriculture, Marine Resources and Family Island Affairs, the Honorable Clay Sweeting, met with farmers recently to promote poultry farming. Minister Sweeting said he is looking to push poultry production in the Bahamas to lower the country's exorbitant import bill. Yentel Taylor has this story.
First of all, we have to recognize that food security is paramount in this country, especially now with the rise in food prices. We understand that not just providing food for ourselves to sell, but providing food for ourselves because of the cost. We're trying to create this narrative that food security is a part of who we are as a people, and it becomes a cultural part of us. I was able to address the FAO conference and speak about having more collaborative